and welcome back to Pork Puck Hockey, where we talk hockey and only hockey. This is our Season 2 opening episode here, and it's a Happy New Year as it is now January of 2020. So, I want to give a quick shout out to my friends at Sun Reaver. They just made us this sweet new intro that you heard to begin the video. You guys can catch them on Spotify. I posted their link in the description of this video below. So take a look at that and see what you think. Today, we're going to start the show off by talking about the Winter Classic. So this year's Winter Classic was at the historic Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, Texas. The Dallas Stars played host to the Nashville Predators. The Stars ultimately won this game 4-2, and it was a good game. The Predators took an early lead. Matt Duchene looked good. But the biggest thing was Pekka Rinne still struggling in net for the Nashville Predators. And the most controversial thing in this game was Corey Perry, very early on, took a flying elbow to Ryan Ellis's head. And everybody's probably seen the video by now of him making the walk of shame, as he had to walk from the ice surface all the way back to the locker room, which was pretty much underneath the stadium. So it was pretty funny to see that after his suspension-worthy elbow. He ended up getting 5 games for that, which he may have already served a couple of those at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see when those two teams meet up again, being divisional rivals and all. And it was a very good Winter Classic. It was cool to see it in a warm climate. They have done games before in California. Again, it's been really unseasonably warm as of late. So even if they would have done it in a colder climate, you still might have not seen the snow. All right, next up, we got the injuries. Again, we have 2 fairly big names in the news injured. Jake Guentzel, center for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's been good. He has really done well since Crosby's been out. Crosby's closing in on his return. And the Penguins could use both of those guys, but, I mean, they're going to still play and win. They've been doing really well with their goaltender, Tristan Jarry, playing pretty good to fill in for Matt Murray, who's been struggling. And the next injury is Victor Olofsson, a rookie out of Buffalo, is out right now for a few weeks, and that hurts. They're also down Jeff Skinner and maybe another guy or two, but Eichel's just going to have to put that team on his back and try and win some games for them and keep them in the playoff hunt as of now, but we'll see what happens. So that's where we're at on the injury front. 2 of the bigger names, and it's going to continue to hurt these teams. Another team that's running really thin is the Philadelphia Flyers, but they continue to play well, and we'll see who makes the playoffs here at the end of the season. And towards the end of the video, we're going to talk about the standings and discuss where we think some guys might finish. So we'll see. Next up, another big topic that happened in the past year of hockey is team dogs. There has been a lot of teams such as St. Louis, Washington, some others who have gotten these team therapy dogs that they're training, and they've had them out on the ice or doing things like grabbing the pucks and stealing stuff from the players. So it's pretty cool to see. The players seem to be getting along with them and trying to help train them. So very cool thing that they're doing. All right, another thing that just wrapped up a couple days ago, the World Juniors Classic, which is when the younger players such as Barrett Hayton and Lafreniere from Team Canada get together and they play to try and showcase their skills to maybe make a name for themselves and get into the NHL. Connor McMichael, those type of guys. Some guys are already on teams, so it helps the National League clubs to find out when they're going to be ready to play for their respective teams. Very good tournament as Team Canada brought home the gold this year. They were actually not favored. A lot of people were pushing them to the side and said, they can't do it this year. And they went out there and shocked everybody, and they were able to do it. So congrats to them. All right, some breaking news happened yesterday. Laviolette was fired. The Predators, like I said, they've been very, very bad as of late. And they decided to fire their head coach, Pierre Laviolette, and he did very good. Very good for them for many years. And very good coach, so wish him the best and hopefully finding another job, but it just wasn't working in Nashville. Nashville takes a complete 360 and hires John Hines, former New Jersey Devils coach, and we'll see what he can do as their replacement. He's going to start and hopefully get them back on track to get back into the playoffs here. The playoff push coming up towards the end of the season now. We're on the back half, and see if they can't do it. All right, congratulations are in order for Alexander Ovechkin, Washington Capital. He has been their captain for 10 years now. Got them to a cup, many a President's trophies, and he's played some very good hockey. So congrats to him, and hopefully there's 10 more years for him to be captain. We'll see. All right, we got the All-Star game. That's coming up here in about 3 weeks, the end of the January weekend. They do the skills competition and the 3-on-3 tournament now. Very cool. But there's one thing that I am still wondering. Alexander Ovechkin and Marc-Andre Fleury, both in their 30s, in their later points in their career here, but they got both voted in, but they're going to take the time off and miss the All-Star game. The thing that sucks is they will be suspended for this choice. See, if I were in their position and not going to play and try and get my team into the playoffs and miss the All-Star game, I would do the exact same thing. But the coaches agree with them. The thing is, the NHL commission do not like this, and they want to make an example. If you skip something, you're going to get suspended. So yeah, that's that, and we'll see what comes if it's more than one game, but last year Ovi missed, and he's missed one game. But there is the last man in vote. So right now going on NHL.com, you can go over and vote for the last man into the All-Star game and competition, one from each division. There's a list of names that you can pick from and go over there and vote for your favorites, guys. This is very cool. The Arizona Coyotes paid homage to Oscar Lindblom by wearing the Oscar Strong number 23 shirts. Everybody's been very supportive of my man Oscar, who's been probably down in the dumps with his recent diagnosis. And I feel for the guy. I mean, I hope everything goes well. My thoughts and prayers are with him to hopefully recover and get through this and come back to hockey. So that was very nice of the Coyotes to do. Rookies. This year has been very dominant for the rookies, such as Cale Makar, Victor Olofsson, and a bunch of other names, Ilya Samsonov in net. Their stats are there to hang out and play with some of the league's bests, like Crosby and Ovechkin and McDavid and Matthews, so on and so forth. These guys are just playing good hockey lately. So hopefully the rookies can keep doing this, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's a younger man's game these days. And now before I bid you adieu, I will go take through the stats and standings. So we're going to start off with the stats and see where some of our favorites are at. Right now, McDavid is leading in points with 69 total points. Very good. Right behind him is his teammate Leon Draisaitl with 67. Goalies, Tristan Jarry, as I said before, leading the goals against average. His save percentage is also leading the league at .935. And leading the league in shutouts is Tristan Jarry with 3. So, leader in goals, David Pastrnak, 31. Leader in assists is McDavid with 45. Defenseman, Carlson leading the way with 52 points. Roman Josi leading the way with goals, 14. And Carlson leads the way in assists with 39. Speaking of Victor Olofsson, he leads rookies in points. And we'll hit the standings real quick and we'll catch you next week. But here we go with the standings. Washington leads the way, 63 points. New York Islanders, 55. with the Penguins right behind them at 55 as well. Atlantic, we got Boston 59, Toronto with 53, and Tampa Bay with 52. That's changed a little bit lately. Buffalo was up there early on, but they've fallen to 5th in the wild card. Leading the wild card is Carolina at 50 points and Florida with 49. Right behind them is Philadelphia and Columbus at 49 and 48 respectively. The Western Conference, St. Louis leads the way in the Central with 59. Right behind them, Colorado 54, Dallas 52. Pacific, Vegas still playing good hockey at 54 points. Arizona right up there with 52, and Edmonton at 51. The wild card, we got Vancouver at 50 points, Winnipeg at 50, Calgary at 49, and the Minnesota Wild with 46, who have been playing really well as of late. Alright guys, thank you, and make sure you check out Sunreaver on Spotify. We'll see you next week. JBACS out.